Hey, what's going on, Who That Nation? It is yours truly, TJ Jones, the host of the State of the Saints podcast. And thank you very much for checking out the State of the Saints podcast. And it feels so good to be back. Your boy had to take some time off to take care of the Pac-Man, but good to let you all know that he's doing much, much better. But your boy is back and he's ready to talk about the New Orleans Saints. And on this edition, we're going to be talking about a topic that has went viral on social media all across all platforms. And I'm talking about the New Orleans Saints have named Taysom Hill. Well, I take that back. Taysom Hill could possibly be the starting quarterback of the New Orleans Saints this Sunday, week 11 versus the Atlanta Falcons. Okay, but thank you all very much for taking the time out to check out the State of the Saints podcast. I really do appreciate that. And, if you're new to the State of the Saints podcast, hopefully this won't be your last time checking us out. We are the most interactive New Orleans Saints podcast that is out there, okay? Don't get it twisted. We are the most interactive, all right? Might have some people out there that's trying to imitate, but you can't duplicate. Now, let's talk about Taysom Hill. Let's talk about Taysom Hill, man. Taysom Hill has been in the news. People are saying that he's going to be the starting quarterback. He's been getting the first team reps. He has been the guy that everybody has been, going crazy about. And Who That Nation, I really don't get it. I really don't get how some people are just talking about the Saints losing their minds, or they're crazy because they have Jameis Winston on the side. Why would you allow Taysom Hill to be your starter when you got Jameis Winston? Okay. I am going to say something, and it might rub people the wrong way, but at this point, I don't care. Anybody that's out here criticizing Taysom Hill and saying that the guy can't play quarterback, I question your knowledge about football. I question your knowledge as a Saints fan. And I have to say that it's complete asinine. All right. Because what have you seen out of Taysom Hill that can tell you that he is not a good quarterback? What have you seen from Taysom Hill that you've seen that can tell you that this guy can't be a starter? What have you seen? What have you seen besides the fact that you're looking at the fact that Teddy Bridgewater came and started over him? What have you really seen? You have not seen this guy in real time as a starting quarterback, because a lot of people in the Who That Nation, yes, I'm going to say it, your mind is clouded, okay? Because for 15 years, you have had great quarterback play. For 15 years, you have had elite quarterback play coming from Drew Brees. For 15 years, you have had an Iron Man at the quarterback position. So there was no need for you to go out here to try to find another quarterback. We have had a McCown starting the game. Besides that, you had Mark Brudell and a couple people, when the Saints had something sealed up, when they had the number one seed or a first round bye sealed up. So what in the world have you seen for you to say that Taysom Hill is not a good quarterback? I've heard people say, well, TJ, what about that game against the Cardinals when he threw 5 interceptions? That was in a preseason game. But I would like to interest you in the fact that, yeah, he played bad in that game, but what happened the following season when he played in a preseason game when the Saints were down 17-3 versus the Los Angeles Chargers, and he helped the Saints score 18 unanswered points? How many of us have been having conversations and debates over the offseason that the New Orleans Saints should have kept Taysom Hill in the game versus the Minnesota Vikings in a wild card game, because everybody was saying that he was the best quarterback on the field that day, better than Drew Brees, better than Kirk Cousins. People are still debating that game to this day about Taysom Hill. So for all those people out there that are talking about Taysom Hill can't be a starting quarterback, once again, I ask you, what have you seen that can tell you that he's not a starting quarterback? What have you seen? Oh, I know. Since we're talking about guys making mistakes, why should we allow Taysom Hill to play when we can get Jameis Winston? right? But since we talk about mistakes, how is it that you can say that Taysom Hill fumbled the football, Taysom Hill had 4 turnovers, but then turn around and say Jameis should start? Are you kidding me, man? Are you kidding me? Are you out of your mind? All right. And the thing about it is, you should want Taysom Hill to start. That's right. I said it. You should want Taysom Hill to start. You know the reason why you should want Taysom Hill to start? Because shouldn't you know if Taysom Hill is the future of the New Orleans Saints? Isn't it better than just assuming and guessing that he is the starting quarterback in the future of the New Orleans Saints versus actually seeing him in real time, versus actually seeing him out there under center? I think that as a Saints fan, you should want to see that. I mean, as far as Jameis Winston is concerned, we've seen what Jameis Winston has to offer, right? Anything else would be a step up for Jameis Winston. If Jameis was to come into the New Orleans Saints organization, if he was to learn under Sean Payton, anything else would be, a step up, a notch up for Jameis Winston. So why is it that you can't understand that we seen what we saw out of Jameis? Why is it so hard for you to want to see what Taysom Hill has to offer? And for all those people out there that's talking about, man, he ain't this, he ain't that, he not a starter, he not a quarterback. I heard the same whispers. I heard the same energy talking about Teddy Bridgewater. How did that turn out for you? Saints fans, sometimes it's okay to just shut up and and allow nature to take its course, to allow things to kind of happen. We want to be football aficionados. We want to be know-it-alls. We want to be the first one to the spot. We want to be the first person to tell everybody, I told you so. Look, man, sometimes it's just good for us to just shut up. Okay, we should have learned our lesson with Teddy Bridgewater. People are asking me, man, what you think about Taysom? What you think about Taysom? My answer to you is to give this guy an opportunity. What's the worst that can happen? The Saints lose a game? Big deal. Okay? It's not the worst thing in the world if the Saints actually end up not winning against the Atlanta Falcons. It's not the worst thing in the world. At least you know what you actually have. If he goes out there and stinks it up, at least we know that, man, maybe we need to go in another direction. But it would be crazy for us to just say, oh, he's not a quarterback, just for the simple fact that he hasn't been under center. Why would he? Like, that's the crazy thing. Why would Taysom Hill be under center when Drew Brees is the quarterback? For 15 years, Drew Brees has been a quarterback. I mean, Taysom Hill is not going to outplay Drew Brees. It's not going to happen, folks. So how would you actually see if Taysom Hill is the guy? How would you see it? How would you actually see it? He ain't about to get the first team reps because Drew Brees is there. So it's okay to be quiet. It's okay to shut up. It's okay to let nature take its course. Aren't y'all tired of being wrong? Like, seriously. I've seen people jumping out of the window, man, Teddy Bridgewater ain't it. And I throw myself in the equation. That's why I learned my lesson. That is why I learned to be quiet. That's why I learned to shut up and allow things to happen. It's simple, folks. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, going back talking about evaluating how I got it, throw the football, oh, he a gadget player. He's a gadget player because we got Drew Brees. So let's pump the brakes, okay, for all the criticism out there with Taysom Hill. Allow the guy to play the game. And then we can talk about him at the end of the game. If he throws the ball and he throws 4 interceptions and he stinks it up, then we can talk about maybe going in a different direction. But as of right now, man, we're just assuming right now. And you know what they say when you make assumptions. I don't think I need to tell you. I think you already know. Thank you, everybody that's in the chat right now. Thank you for all those that are filing in right now. I'm going to go ahead and read some of the chat here. I'm going to start with Damien. Damien says, I wouldn't be shocked if he has a great game or a terrible game, TJ. Well, at least you know what you have. At least you know what you have. Like, that's what wouldn't you want to know? And, I just don't understand it. Like, I just don't get how people can just automatically just dismiss this man after you've seen absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. I heard Sean Payton and Jameis got in a fight. I don't know about that, man. I ain't hear nothing about that. Keen Arthur says we also shouldn't be running him in the ground if we want him to succeed. Drew. Well, I think the way the Saints set him up, I think that'll be, what I'm saying. I think they set him up right, man. I don't think they just kind of just put him in harm's way. RJ Mason says some people are not real true Saints fans. I don't want to say that, RJ. I just think that sometimes like logic don't sit in sometimes with Saints fans. Not everybody, but I don't think people look at things logical. I just think that people just fall in love with names, fall in love with nostalgia. And they just think automatically just because Jameis Winston is a name that everybody familiar with and they know that, he's a quarterback and he threw for 5,000 yards, just automatically just people like, well, let's just go with Jameis. You know what I'm saying? Because Jameis is a familiar name. But, I mean, I don't know, man. Get a guy a shot. TJ, you are right. Winston should be starting Sunday. I don't know if that's the case. I think, like I said, you have to know what you have with Taysom. Wouldn't you like to know what you have with Taysom? I don't understand it. Like, why wouldn't you want to know what you have? You know what I'm saying? Like, why wouldn't you know what you have? I don't get it. If Sean Payton pulls this off, he's the best offensive mind in the NFL. Well, I tell you this, Jacob. I fail to believe that Sean Payton has had Taysom Hill in his system for 4 years, and he hasn't developed some type of package for Taysom, going forward. I mean, this is a guy that dots every I and cross every T's as a coach. So I'm pretty sure he has a package ready for Taysom. Taysom did better than Bridgewater last preseason, but was still third string. Well, I mean, I just think that the way that Teddy Bridgewater was in the system, and the fact that a lot of the tendencies that Teddy has is kind of similar to Drew, I think he was the best fit. And I think a lot of people aren't really truly fully understanding that Teddy Bridgewater was in his second year as a starter for the New Orleans Saints. He came there at the end of preseason from the Jets. The Saints traded for him, and he played in that Week 17 game. And then he didn't play anymore. So he had a whole season and an off season to be in the same system. So maybe a lot of people aren't looking at the fact that Jameis doesn't really fully know the New Orleans Saints offensive system like Taysom does. Taysom has been in this system. Taysom has been in a quarterback room. Taysom has been, in these type of situations. He understands a little bit more than Jameis. And sometimes it's not so much always about, throwing the ball and who got the best arm and all that kind of stuff. The Saints have a very complex offensive scheme. I mean, have y'all heard Emmanuel Sanders talk about it? How the Saints have like all these different personnel changes. Can you imagine as a quarterback, you have to know where these personnel changes and what these players have to do and where they need to be for all these different plays? It's complex. It's a very complex offense. So maybe Taysom is a little bit further ahead of the curve. And let's not forget that Taysom Hill was the number 2 string quarterback for the New Orleans Saints at the beginning of the season when it comes to the depth chart. We just assume, including myself, and that's one of the reasons, folks, I just said that I am just going to just completely throw, my way of thinking out the window and just roll with it. Taysom Hill was the number 2 coming into the season. So I don't see why it's a surprise when you think about it. If he's the second string quarterback, shouldn't he be the backup to Drew Brees? Shouldn't he get the start? So I don't know, man. I'm just reserving my judgment till I see an actual game. Honestly, I'm scared of Julio, not me. I want to see how it looks. Just let it ride. Yeah. Like I said, if it works, then we know we have something. If we don't, then, at least you know what you have, man. Oh, can you imagine like if the Saints were like, okay, we ain't gonna go with Taysom, and then Taysom go somewhere else and find success? We'll be mad as fans, right? I know I would. You know, if Taysom never get opportunity to play in a game, never get a chance to start, and the Saints end up like letting him go, and he goes somewhere else and finds success, you would be mad as a fan. You know it, and I know it. You'll be like, man, why do we get rid of Taysom Hill? So let him see. Let's see what he have. Mike James says the man ain't no next Steve Young. Once again, Mike, how do you know? How do you know what you have? How do you know? You know, I just don't understand it. I'm pretty sure a lot of you that work at jobs probably went into the job not having no type of experience, or one time after another, you probably applied for a job that you never did before, but you was betting on a manager or a supervisor to gamble on you that you can actually get the job. So how, you know what I'm saying? Like, think about this logically, right? Think about this. How is it that you want this guy to take a chance on you, but you know what I'm saying? But you don't want to take a chance on Taysom. You have the experience, right? You have like some tools that kind of apply to the job, but you're trying to sell this supervisor on the fact that you can do a job, right? You're asking this guy to gamble on you. So why is it that we're just, you know, just clear cut like Taysom ain't the guy? How do you know? How do you know? How did that supervisor know that you was the right guy for the job or the right woman for the job? How did they know? You never had experience. You never did some of the things that they're asking of this person to do for the job. But the manager, the supervisor said, okay, I'm going to give you a shot. And you know what I'm saying? Some of you probably been at your job 10 years. Some of you job probably been there, you know what I'm saying, a little less, 5 years. But you're still on the job. You're still doing something that you probably had no experience doing before you did it. So he has experience doing that, right? You know what I'm saying? He has a little experience. He's been a quarterback at BYU. And like I said, why would Taysom Hill play? Why would Taysom Hill be under center X amount of times? Why would he do that? Why would he? Why would he be under center X amount of times over Drew freaking Brees? That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Drew Brees is arguably the greatest quarterback of all time. Do you seriously think that Taysom Hill has a chance, a shot, an opportunity to beat out Drew Brees? Heck no. It makes no sense whatsoever, folks. What are we doing here? What are we doing? It's so easy for us to dismiss people. Like, I don't get it. Like, if we think about football, how we think about real life in real life situations, we will realize some of the things that we say and what we do is like really, really not smart. Give the guy opportunity. That's all I'm saying. Give the guy opportunity. The guy affords, he deserves an opportunity to sink or swim. That's my honest opinion. He earned a right to sink or swim. Taysom is going to surprise a lot of people. Well, I hope so. I really do. I hope so. I hope he does. Yo, TJ, the host, let's get behind Taysom, play some defense and special teams with the W. I agree. Sean will have whoever starting ready. I agree. I mean, he went out and said, I mean, it's not set in stone that Taysom will start. I mean, Adam Schefter reported the story. He said that there's a possibility that Taysom can start, but Sean didn't say that. So who knows? You know what I'm saying? We might see a combination of Jameis and Taysom. You never know. 5 interceptions in one game, all were terrible. And you're talking about something that happened in 2017. 2017, dude. Are you serious? Are you serious? You're holding this dude. You're holding this dude accountable for something that happened 3 years ago. But like I said, that's how Saints fans do it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like we just hold God. Like, I don't know, man. If we held Teddy accountable for 2018 week 17, and then this dude came in a what? He came in mid-second quarter, backup offensive line, backup running backs, backup wide receivers. Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you trying to judge and determine that a guy is going to be successful with backup offensive line? Week 17, the Saints went out and got 2 offensive linemen off the street. And Teddy Bridgewater came into the game. Y'all expected Teddy Bridgewater to throw for 300 yards and 4 touchdowns. Taysom Hill went out there with backup offensive linemen because you're not going to risk your starting offensive linemen, your starting running backs, your starting receivers to get hurt. You're not going to do that. And this man went out there with that, and y'all judging this guy based on that. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, like I said, this happened 3 years ago. You know what can change in 3 years? Do you know what can change in 3 seasons? This guy has more knowledge. He knows where he needs to be, has way more confidence. Like, it makes no sense. And if we're judging preseason, since we're doing that, you're talking about what happened a year before, but why not talk about what happened a year after when the Saints were down 17-3? And he led the Saints back, scoring 18 unanswered points. Why are we not talking about that if we're going to talk about preseason? But I don't put stock into preseason because once again, it's preseason. All these guys are trying to make the team, right? So I don't know, man. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. I'm giving a guy a chance. And if the guy goes out there and be successful, imagine how stupid some of y'all gonna look. I hate to say it like that, but I'm just being serious. Imagine how dumb some of y'all gonna look because y'all just quick to dismiss the guy. And let's just be serious. Most of y'all just missing the guy because y'all want Jameis Winston. That's it, man. Y'all want bombs down the field because y'all done fell for the okie doke that the national media has been giving y'all. Because they're saying that team success is defined by throwing the ball down the field because they fall in love with quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes and Russell Wilson, the guys that can roll out and throw 60 yards on one foot. And all of a sudden, y'all want this type of success too. Y'all want this type of quarterback too. It does not take 60 yards down the field on your back foot to determine that you can be a good quarterback. It does not determine that you can shake guys and you know what I'm saying, leave guys in the dust like a Lamar Jackson to define success. Everybody can't be those guys. Some guys got to be strategic. Some guys got to be time on task. Imagine how some of y'all are going to look because y'all looking at some of these other quarterbacks and y'all following Monday morning quarterback, which I feel like is hypocritical because on one hand, y'all don't want to believe what the media telling y'all because they disrespecting the Saints. And then on the other hand, y'all want to believe the media because they're telling you that Patrick Mahomes is the new wave. They're telling you that Kyler Murray is the new wave. Knock it off, man. Like, seriously, knock it off. Knock it off. I don't care about 60-yard bombs. I really don't. I don't care about 50-yard bombs. I don't care about guys throwing the ball off their back foot. I don't care about guys making guys miss and throwing the ball down the field. That's exciting football. Don't get me wrong, but I'd rather win. I don't care how the Saints win. I don't care if they win by 2. I don't care if they win by 3. I don't care if they win by 21 or 35. As long as they win the game, that is the most important thing. The win against Tampa is equivalent at the end of the day. It's the equivalent to the victory that they beat the San Francisco 49ers by. Who cares? Okay? Who cares? But once again, some of y'all are going to end up looking real crazy because you're judging a guy that never had an NFL start. And you're saying why he never had an NFL start. Think about how crazy this sounds. You're judging a guy that never had an NFL start, and the reason he never had an NFL start is because he backs up the all-time leading passer, the all-time leading completions, all-time leading touchdowns, a first ballot Hall of Famer. How crazy is that? How crazy is that? That makes no sense. None. Zilch, zero. Like, that's so crazy. Like, y'all, what y'all expect? Y'all expect him to go out there I'm sorry, man. Y'all expect him to go out there and outplay Drew Brees? Like seriously, man. Drew Brees is the greatest quarterback of all time. Like, that makes no sense. I hate to laugh like this, but it's ridiculous. Like, if Drew Brees retired and then we had traded cap and it was like Jameis versus Taysom and he didn't beat out Jameis, then I'll be like, okay. But what you expect? Like, I'm serious. This man never had a start because Drew Brees is an Iron Man. He never get opportunity to play because we have the greatest quarterback of all time. What is going on, man? Like, seriously, what are we doing? What are we doing here? It makes no sense, man. Mike says, TJ, at the beginning of the season, you were saying Patrick Mahomes, Kyler Murray, etc. were the quarterbacks to have in today's NFL. And you're going to talk about people changing up. Well, Mike James, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I definitely said that. I definitely said those guys are the new wave of the NFL. And I never moved away from that. But I also said, I like how you said that. I also said is you don't need that to generate success. So I'm saying they are the new wave, but I'm also saying that you don't need that in order to win. I definitely did say that. I said that statuesque quarterbacks are becoming a lost art, which they are. However, there's still a place for a Phillip Rivers and a Tom Brady and a Drew Brees. Okay, so I like how you have every now and then you have people that try to come in the chat to try to make it seem like I'm twisting up my words. But Mike, come harder than that, my friend. Come better than that. I never said that this wasn't the new wave. I'm saying you don't need those type of guys to generate success. Obviously, Drew Brees is proving that. So nice try, my friend, but better luck next time. Moving on, Taysom Hill Fantasy Football Sleeper Championships. Amaya says, do you think Seahawks are contenders again? I always thought that the Seahawks were contenders, man, as long as they got Russell Wilson. As long as they got Russell Wilson. Taysom Hill and Kamara have so much potential together temporarily, of course, until Brees comes back. Yeah, I mean, you're going to have some RPO, man. You're going to have some different things that Taysom can bring to the table, of course. Okay, you're going to have those things. Donald Cook says, I don't want to see Hill at quarterback. Well, hate to say it, Donald, too bad. It's going to happen, man. It's going to happen. Monday stats, Hill, 14 of 21 touchdown, 3 rushing touchdown, 205 yards, in my opinion. As long as it generate a win, I can care less. I don't care. I'm about to open up the phones, man. I'm about to open up the phones, let some of y'all talk, say what y'all got to say, because I feel like this is a topic that everybody wants to talk about. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I appreciate people, you know, listening to the show and try to, you know, heed my every word and then try to use my words against me. But if you're going to use my words, make sure that you quote me correctly. Okay. I'm just saying, quote a brother correctly. No, you know what I'm saying? Like, and anybody that knows me knows if I'm wrong, I'll come out here and say that I'm wrong. You know, that I feel like that separates me from most people. You know, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But please don't misquote me. Please don't do that. Keen Arthur, what's going on, man? Keen Arthur. Keen Arthur, you there?
You good?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. What's going on?
Boy, I done slid up in this thing first, boy. I don't know how to act, you
How you doing, brother?
I'm cool, you Hey, first of all, tell who that nation to pipe down, bro. What if they would have judged Tom Brady like this when Doug went down? You heard me? We would have never known what Tom Brady was going to be. I'm not a fan. I'm just saying, though. We would have never known what Tom Brady was going to be if Doug Flutie would have never went down and they gave him a shot.
Yeah, Drew Bledsoe.
Come on, man.
And Drew Bledsoe. You know,
I'm sorry. Drew Bledsoe. You know what I mean.
Yeah,
My bad.
I got you. Drew Bledsoe, man. Yeah, of course.
What I'm saying, though, like, we gotta calm down and stop being prisoners of the moment, man. It's causing us to ignore logic, and that's what kills me about Who That Nation. We fly off the handle before we have all the facts.
Yep. Yeah.
And
go ahead. What you would think they learned their lesson from Teddy Bridgewater. That's what I don't understand.
You would think
everybody was like, man, Teddy ain't it. Teddy ain't ready. Teddy ain't ready. You know what I'm saying? Teddy go out there and win 5 games. You would think like, they'll shut up, but obviously that's not the case.
Hey TJ, what's the old saying, bro? Those who ignore history are doomed to repeat it.
Exactly.
So here's another thing for me, bro. Why is it that people think there's only one way to be successful? I call it template bias. And what I mean by that is if I set a template and I'm extremely successful with that, the masses will get used to that and they'll start to think that that's the only way you can be successful. Exactly. Just because these cats are throwing the ball down the field, first of all, that's the riskiest way to move the ball. Right. Straight up. Mm-hmm. You get your yards and all that from that, but no risky, no biscuit, right?
Right.
But you're ignoring the fact that it does say risk it. So if you're sitting there doing that, there's a high chance you're gonna turn the ball over.
Exactly.
Secondly, an assassin who can hit you from long range with a sniper is just as deadly as one that can kill you up close with his hands.
Right.
It's not only one way to do this, man.
Right.
Like, which one you think hurts a defense more? You hitting them with quick strikes, or you taking your time picking them apart?
Right.
That makes them tired. That makes not to mention, hey TJ, I think the way we succeed, run the ball 30+ times, right, cause the defense to collapse and fill the box, and then you hit them with the intermediate to deep game if that's what you want to do.
Right.
All the while you burning up clock, time of possession, keeping the other team off the field. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I hate the dirty birds, but them boys can put up points.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, they one of the top 5. They're one of the top 5 in offensive efficiency, but they also second to last and pass defense. So I mean,
yeah, they cornerback some old cold cups back there. You heard me?
Right.
Anything.
Right. But it's a double-edged sword. You know what I'm saying? It's a double-edged sword. You can be in one of those games where, you're going up against a team that can score. I mean, this is a challenge to your defense, right? It's a challenge to your defense. Right. And a 31st in pass defense is a challenge and also an opportunity, a strong opportunity for you to really see if you got something in Taysom Hill.
Let me ask you this real quick, TJ. Mm-hmm. Do you think that the fact that Taysom Hill is 30 years old and his age is higher than his passing attempts, is that concerning to you?
No, it's not. Because you got to look at the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to look at the situation. I mean, we knew. Okay, first off, he went to BYU, right? So right. after you graduate from BYU, you got to go on a missionary journey. He came into the NFL when he was 25. You know what I'm saying? So he did his missionary work, came into the league when he was 25, started off with the Green Bay Packers, been with the Saints ever since. Are you going to beat out Drew Brees? Seriously, are you going did you expect at any time for Taysom Hill to come in, right? You know what I'm saying? To come in and beat out Drew Brees. Logically, King Arthur, that makes absolutely no sense, man. And you know what I'm saying? And then another thing, I want to bring this up, man. Okay, from Slim Dan said, Teddy ain't no Drew Brees. That's the thing. Why are we comparing guys to Drew Brees? Drew Brees is great. Like, that's the thing.
Just because he's not Drew Brees don't mean he can't be serviceable, man.
Thank you.
Y'all gotta chill.
Thank you. Everybody, look, I promise. Look, I'm about to tell the Who That Nation is, King Arthur. It's about to be a news flash to some, probably not to many. Everybody is not Drew Brees. And when the Saints decide to move on from Drew Brees and Drew Brees retires, there's going to be a drop-off in quarterback play. There's only one Drew Brees. Stop comparing everybody to Drew Brees. Because right. There's only one Drew Brees.
Because once Drew Brees sail off into the sunset, there's a such thing called adjustments, ladies and gentlemen. And I want y'all to remember that.
Thank you.
You can change a scheme of a team and still be successful, even if one of the better players who thrived in that certain system is gone. Right. You make adjustments. First of all, TJ, how the hell did we get into this? I'm sorry. How did we get into this era where if your star player go down, the next like the talent and the production drops off so much that your season can be in jeopardy because the second stringers are not putting in as much effort as the first stringers. I don't understand that, bro. Like when Joe Montana went out or Steve Young took over, man, them boys ain't miss a beat.
Right.
Them boys ain't miss a beat. But I don't want to hold you. I know there's other people on the line, bro. So I'm gonna say this one last thing. It's a question to you.
Right.
Do you know Sean Payton like to get cute? So do you think that boy is keeping the whole quarterback starting thing up in the air to make it tougher for Atlanta to scheme for Taysom and James?
Yeah, that's what it is. You know, I mean, I feel like somebody in the building. I mean, look, as much as Sean Payton hates leaks inside of the building, why is it that Adam Schefter can get this story about Taysom Hill starting, and then him turn around and just completely contradict Adam Schefter's story like that? He's doing that to confuse Raheem Morris and the Atlanta Falcons. So, I mean, even though Taysom Hill, they said that he start, don't mean that you won't see Jameis. But Keno Arthur, man, I appreciate the call, man. Thank you so much. I'm gonna move on to Chosen, man. Chosen, what's going on, man?
What's going on? Hey, TJ, man, just let me live off my fantasy real quick right here.
Mm-hmm.
I always want this the closest thing to radio I got. So, and you're a radio man. What does that mean when you tell people I'll be right back? We gotta go pay some bills. What does that mean?
That means that the sponsors, you know what I'm saying? The sponsors are the ones that keep the station going. You know what I'm saying? When they say pay some bills, the sponsors are the ones that, you know, keep the stations going as far as with revenue and stuff like that. So when they say pay some bills, that means those commercials are the ones that's making the money for the station.
Oh, gotcha. My bad. That's off that. But yeah, man, like I defended Jameis when I thought he would be starting whoever. We can't judge because we don't know. Like, you really don't know. You can't say something until you got the facts. And I tell you what, if Taysom come out and he play, whether he do good or do bad, just like we did with Taysom, it's still one. I mean, with Teddy, it's still one game. I feel like we only have a sample size. You know what I'm saying? We can't go off that. I feel like us as Saints fans, we so spoiled, man, to where we want everything our way right then and there. But like, what happened to development? What happened to molding this player? What happened to being patient? We so used to guys coming in, contributing right away with the Marshawn Lattimores, the Alvin Kamaras, the Michael Thomases, the Davenports, the Sheldon Rankins. We want guys, the Cesar Ruiz, the Nick Easton. We want guys to come in and immediately play like a starter or a top 5 guy in the NFL. But the reality is, everybody's not that talented. And sometimes, man, I seen this guy in the chat say, well, Taysom is not better than Jameis. Okay, that may be true, but by him being not better than Jameis, that doesn't mean he ain't qualified for the job. Nick Foles not better than Tom Brady, but Nick Foles handled him at L in that Super Bowl. Sometimes it's about coaching staffs, it's about positioning, sometimes it's about matchups, and sometimes it's about the system. You know what I'm saying? What works for you is a game plan. We're not saying that Taysom is better. And like you say, the whole Drew Brees comparison. Drew Brees is Drew Brees. It would never we probably be dead and gone by the time another Drew Brees come back. Drew Brees is once in a lifetime. So we got to do what we have to do, man. We have to run the ball. We have to play fundamentals and stop relying. We relying on this man so much, and he not even gone yet. I can only imagine how sad it's gonna be when this man, the real Saints fans gonna come out. Are y'all Saints fans or y'all Drew Brees fans? Because as much as I love Drew Brees, when he go, I still got to root for my Saints, and it's still an organization. Football ain't gonna stop when Drew Brees stop. Football still gonna go on. I don't know if people forgot about that. Yeah, we're gonna miss him, but the NFL ain't gonna stop when Drew Brees go, man. We just need to go ahead and get that out of our head. Play what we gotta play. Give Taysom a chance. Stop ridiculing the man before the the clock even tick, before the coin even get flipped. We already ready to ridicule this man. And as soon as he get good, the same people we gonna be on chat. Oh, Taysom this, Taysom that.
I keep receipts, Chosen. I keep receipts, bro.
Oh, yes,
I keep receipts, especially for them fans that act like they just, beyond reproach. Yeah, I keep those receipts, man.
Yeah, and I'm glad that a lot of these guys are not coaches or GMs. It shows why they're not. It shows where they're at in their lives as far as careers because coaching would not be one of them. They might be great at something, but coaching and staffing, Sean Payton know what he's doing, man. These guys know what he's doing. Taysom it did not just sit on that bench, looking at that damn tablet on YouTube, searching YouTube videos. The man know what he's doing. Drew Brees worked with this man. You know what I'm saying? And so is Jameis. So whoever out there, give him a chance. We wanted to kill Jameis. When we heard he might be starting, when we assumed he might be starting. Oh, he almost threw an interception. Jameis did this last year. Now you hear Taysom. Oh no, he not better than Jameis. Pick your poison. What do y'all want? It ain't no pleasing some of these fans. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. That's why I say you gotta. If the Saints were to listen to these fans, we probably go 0-16 every year. Because don't nobody know what they want. It's all emotion and it's all favoritism. It's all names. Don't nobody want to, you know what I'm saying, look in the silver lining through everything. But that's all I got, man. I held up your time long enough.
Man, Chosen, man, I appreciate that call, man. Thank you.
No problem, man.
Hey, man. Yeah, I mean, it's the truth, you know? It's the truth, man. Like, I just be wondering, like, how do y'all know this, man? I mean, it's like I'm hollering at Miss Cleo or Nostradamus or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe y'all can predict the future, but, bro, I'm reserving my judgment till the facts come out. You would think, you know, aren't you tired? Aren't you tired of being wrong? You know, like, at least, like, see what the guy has to offer in a full sample size. You know what I'm saying? Freedom isn't free. Thank you very much for the $4.99. Says Drew was 28 when he came to New Orleans, so Taysom could easily play the next 8 years with a good physical therapy regimen like Brees. This is an audition. Yeah. And like I said, man, this is an opportunity for us to really see what this guy has to offer. So let's just chill out, man. Let the man get his opportunity. Sanchez, what's going on?
What's going on, TJ? What's going on, bro?
And nothing much, man. What you got for us?
My honest opinion, shout out to Chosen. That was a great last call.
Mm-hmm.
One of his points, you just can't satisfy nobody. You damned if you do, you damned if you don't.
Right.
My energy going into the next few weeks while Brees is out, it's the same energy that I was gonna have when you had the chat about Jameis, but I missed the call.
Right.
But let's just suit up and play. Like either one of these guys, the last thing they need. This to the Who That Nation. The last thing either one of these guys need is for one of us rooting against them. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't need that right now. You know what I'm saying? Like let's just suit up, let's just play. No matter who it is, no matter if it's Taysom Hill, no matter if it's Jameis Winston.
Right.
Let's just suit up and play, man. Like for real.
Exactly.
We gonna give these guys a shot. Didn't we just learn this last year when Teddy Bridgewater took over? Look, man,
that's my whole point, Sanchez. I'm like, why the heck are we still up here in the business of dismissing quarterbacks and dismissing players before we actually get opportunity to see them? You know? Like you would think you learned your lesson, but apparently not.
Right. And don't get me wrong, I was one of them guys. I was one of them fickle fans last year. As soon as Brees went down in the second quarter, first quarter, whenever it was, oh man, what's gonna happen? This season is over. Yep. Next thing you know, 5-0. Right. 5-0. And what happened? We rooting against Drew Brees coming back. We rooting against him coming back early.
Yep.
So man, let's just chill out. Come on, Who That Nation. Take a deep breath with me.
Yep. For real, man. Take a deep breath. Woo-side up in here.
Let's just go out here and play, man.
Exactly.
Whether it's number 7, whether it's number 2, let's go out here and play, man.
Exactly.
Who that?
Man, thank you so much, Sanchez. I appreciate that, man.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, man. We're going to move on, man. We got Who That Davis online. Who that, man? What's going on?
What's going on, TJ, bro?
What's going on, Aaron, man? What you got for us, man?
Man, first of all, I gotta give my shots out to Chosen, man. I came in here with a whole rant prepared. He done took away almost 98% of what the hell I wanted to say.
I would suggest anybody that's in the you know what I'm saying, in the line to call, like if you see Chosen before you, like you might as well just
exactly, bro. Like Chosen takes away everything I want to say, bro.
He don't leave nothing on the bone. That's my guy though, man. I mean, that's a realist right there, man. But Aaron, man, thank you so much, man, being a part of the show, man. What you got for us, bro?
All right, man. So I gotta hop on what Chosen talking about Saints fans being spoiled, bro. I wanted to highlight this on my own little pregame show a little while ago but I have my own little points. But I want to hop on that real quick. I can't overstate this enough that we as Saints fans really are spoiled, and most of that is because of Drew Brees. But at the same time, there's nothing to be said. Like, we spoiled as hell. Like, we want to win so bad that we skip the process of what it is for players to become like legit Saints playmakers. We skipped that whole process. Like, Cesar Ruiz is already getting heat because of the sack he gave with the Drew Brees, and it led to injuries. But no one wants to read between the lines. Drew Brees had no business playing in that 49ers game. When you have cracked ribs on both sides of your rib cage, stayed over 2 weeks. Let's look at who Drew Brees played over 2 weeks. You played the Chicago Bears, one of the best passing defenses in the league. You played Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who Jason Pierre-Paul got a hit on you for a strip sack, and you on your back, and you was the same crack ribs over that. You had no business playing in that game. Yeah, we can commend Drew Brees for being this tough guy, this guy of heart, and I even commended him for it. But it's also selfish. Now look at you. You on IR for 3 weeks instead of just thinking about yourself and your team and taking yourself out for just one game and let Jameis Winston or Taysom Hill hold the fort down and get yourself ready for Atlanta. Now you pretty much played your last game. Not only is this probably your last season, you probably just played yourself out of being in Atlanta Falcons for the final time before you retire. So that's a pick the poison, double-edged sword right there for Drew Brees. So I don't understand this heat for Cesar Ruiz. Over 440 snaps. 440 snaps Cesar Ruiz is taken. No, not one of those prior to that sack was a sack. He's given a one sack in his entire season has started. That's more than what you can ask for out of a rookie who came in with the preseason he had. So everybody needs to calm down with this whole Cesar Ruiz nonsense. Quan Alexander, he's only been practicing with the Saints for 1 week. And yeah, he had tackles for losses. And I see everybody ripping off of him. Like, this guy accounted for 3 tackles for losses already. One was an impressive goal line stand to force the 3 and out, and his 49ers had to force a field goal. And that wouldn't have happened if Quan Alexander didn't get back there to stuff Jerk McKinnon. So everybody needs to calm down. Yes, he's going to have missed tackles. Everybody on the Saints defense has missed tackles this season. Everybody. So what makes Quan Alexander so special? Like seriously, guys, I'm already seeing in chest someone's spamming Hill's not ready. Well, God damn it, when are we going to find out if Hill's ready or not? When are we going to find out if he's ready, man? Like, come on, man. Y'all up here, like, y'all ripping into what y'all want to rip into. Sometimes y'all just out here trying to hear yourselves talk, but y'all not giving any substance. Everybody needs to take a freaking pill.
Watching plays with a fine-tooth comb, like, man. Like, I'm telling you, man, Saints love is from down to down by some of these fans. Like, first down, you love them. Second down, you hate them. Third down, you love them. You know, like, come on, man. Like, what, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody is not going, you know what I'm saying, to play a perfect game. You're going to have some missed tackles. You might have some blown assignments every now and then. But, I mean, like, man, like, the fact that people around this thing, like, ripping Taysom Hill, like, dude backs up arguably the greatest quarterback of all time, and y'all expect this guy to be in the game playing consistently? Like, come on, man, knock it off. Knock it off.
I put our Saints fan base as one of the top 5 most bipolar fan bases in the NFL, and it's not even close.
Not even close, man. I just had a conversation with somebody on on Twitter talking about what was wrong with Saints fans. I mean, she's out here. She covers the North Carolina Tar Heels, man. But she was like, I guess she was talking to Saints fans about Taysom, and I don't know, man. But we got to do better. But who that Davis, man? Go ahead and plug your podcast, man. Let everybody know about it before you go.
All right, man. Look, everybody here on State of the Saints podcast. I know some of y'all have already checked on my streams. I got the State of Black and Gold. I'm gonna go ahead and link my stuff as soon as TJ's done with his stuff. In the comments, he's probably going to pin it. He might not. But that's on the main man's right here. But go ahead and follow me. Go ahead and follow me at Facebook/State of Black and Gold, or you go ahead and follow my Twitter at Real Aaron Davis. Like I said, all that good stuff is going to be down in the comment section after his live stream is over. That's it. That's all. Because over there, we bleed black and gold until we are dead and cold. That is what it is. I'll see you later, TJ, bro.
Hey man, you take it easy, man, and looking forward to it, man. Great show. You know what I'm saying? I seen episode 1, State of the Black and Gold, man. Great show, man. I mean, real knowledgeable guy, man. Shouts out to Aaron, man, doing a good job over there. Y'all support him. Make sure you, Aaron, make sure you put your links and stuff like that in the description, man. Let everybody be able to, know where they can reach you. Jared, thank you very much for 499. Says TJ. Who did you have last night, Jeezy or Gucci? Honestly, man, I didn't even watch that. You know, like I'm not real big on the versus thing, man, because I don't know, man. It just don't really make no sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I really don't really like those versus battles like that. You know what I'm saying? Like guys playing. I play one song going up against your other song, and it's not like they got judges out there that gonna actually judge it. It's just basically public opinion. But I grew up as a Jeezy fan, man. You know, I kind of, man, my sophomore year of college back in 2005 when Jeezy first came out. So I kind of grew up with Jeezy. You know what I'm saying? Like I like Gucci, some of his songs, man, but I like Jeezy a little bit more than Gucci. But shouts out to Jeezy, man, for keeping it classy. It shows me that people can grow and evolve. You know, I mean, Gucci seemed like he wanted to take it to the streets. You would think that you almost 40, if not 40, and you still up here talking about, man, we got to keep it street. Like, dude, you ain't been in the streets in years, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can go out here, fight, all that kind of stuff, bro, but you still going to your closed, you know what I'm saying, closed gated mansion somewhere, man. So keep the stuff in the streets, man, and stop, keeping these young kids out here, man, warping their mind. Give these guys a chance the way that you had a chance to grow and develop. You know, so I mean, but shouts out to him, man. I mean, that was my childhood, man. And not to mention, it just made me feel super old, man, because man, just thinking about those guys, how long they've been in the game, man. I'm almost 40 years old, and I was like 19 when they first came out. My goodness, man. My goodness. Marie says Saints just signed a veteran quarterback. Who did they sign? I wasn't surprised by that when they put Drew Brees on IR. So let me see what the Saints got here. Let me see what the Saints cooking up. Let's see who they signed. Well, I don't see any. Okay, Trevor Siemian. Okay, Trevor Siemian signing with the New Orleans Saints. Okay, Trevor Siemian, from Northwestern, played a few games with the Denver Broncos back in the day, So, I mean, I don't expect for him to play. But that ought to tell you right there. I think that answers a lot of questions. I think you're going to see Jameis and Taysom playing, okay? Because if not, then why would they sign Trevor Siemian? I think that kind of answers a lot of questions too. So you might see kind of similar to what you've seen from Drew Brees and Taysom. So Optimus said Jeezy won, but Gucci makes more records and more relevant. I don't know about that. I mean, everybody's saying Jeezy won, so I'm gonna just take your word for it. But I don't think that as far as like number one hits and all that kind of stuff, I think Jeezy has more than Gucci, if I'm not mistaken. On Billboard charts, I ain't just talking about like hood Billboard charts. I'm talking about actual Billboard chart. Your boy Jay says, I think we signed another quarterback just for depth, pretty much. Steve Cohn says, I like this when they doubt him. He performs better. He always says, look at the Texas games. Okay, Lil AJ says, when the last time y'all got past the first round? I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? It's been a while since the Saints got past the first round. Let me see. The Saints always get past the first round, right? They got past the first round in 2017, right, against Carolina. And then they had a first round bye, and they got past the Philadelphia Eagles. So what the hell are y'all talking about? That makes absolutely no sense. 2017, the Saints beat the Carolina Panthers. No, wait, let me see. Let me make sure I'm saying this right. Okay, they beat the Carolina Panthers, and they lost to the last minute against Minnesota. Then they played in the divisional round and beat the Eagles. And everybody know what happened in 2018. The only time they didn't get past the first round was last year against the Vikings. So what are we talking about? What are we talking about here, man? It must be some kind of Falcon fan or something like that. I'm a Falcon fan. I wouldn't be saying that out loud, not these days. Aaron says Gucci really won real talk. I mean, like I said, it's just public opinion. That's the one reason I don't really care for verses. I'm like, there's no judges up there that's saying, oh, this guy won. It's just basically a matter of like your opinion. Jeezy won, Gucci won, and then there's people like just commenting saying who won, you know. So unless they've really had like some actual judges, you know, it don't really make that much sense. Ray says ain't choking again. Look, man, I'm trying to let y'all Atlanta Falcon fans live. You know, I'm trying to let these Falcon fans live, man. Like I look, I advise Falcon fans to please exit stage left. Please exit stage left. Like seriously, exit stage left. Why? Like I don't know, man. Please exit stage left. I'm trying to let y'all live, man. We up here talking about quarterback situation. Keen Arthur says, I see there are quite a bit of delusional Falcon fans in here. Y'all literally come here just to be next to greatness. Y'all haven't done anything relevant to be chirping. Man, I'm trying to let them live, man. I'm trying to let them live. I'm trying to let them live. Falcon fans hit their time of the month. They come straight on your podcast. I appreciate it, though. Don't get me wrong. You know, that just shows me, you know what I'm saying, the popularity of the State of the Saints podcast. And it just shows me the very little relevance of the Falcons podcast. Because why wouldn't you want to be looking at Falcon podcast during Saints week? I mean, I just don't understand it. But, you know. Dude, the Falcons are the most laughable heartbreak team of all time. Constantly spitting in their fans' faces. Yeah, basically. Falcons are so trash, they're not even worth the trash talk. That's what I'm saying, man. Why am I like I'm not even they not even worth it. Like they're not even worth me talking about. I'll let y'all do it. 25 is the magic number for the Falcons. Why did we sign Jameis? Because they felt like they had something. And honestly, with Jameis, man, it's helping him, to be honest. Like it's really helping him. If Jameis goes out there and don't play well, you know, and because he has very little knowledge of the Saints playbook, it's only going to be hurting his future. So in a way, it's probably beneficial to him to not play, you know. Ken Arthur said, TJ, you can let him live. I got your lightweight. And I mean, it's not even worth it, man. Like, it's not even worth it. The Falcon fans are high on some medicinal stuff. It's kind of funny hearing someone who is a fan of a losing team make fun of a contender. Enough said, Angela. Enough said. The Falcons talking about choking. I don't know, man. Anybody else got anything else? Anybody else got anything else to say? You know, that's not Falcon related. Somebody says Cowboys 2 for sure. Let me see. Bridgewater 2.0, get a big fat contract. Yeah, I mean, more you can hide on the bench, the better your chances are to get a contract and somebody willing to give you an opportunity. Would it be shocking if Michael Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders have big games with Taysom starting? No, not really. Not really, because teams will have to account for Taysom Hill's ability to run, which caused them to stack the box, which caused, as long as Emmanuel Sanders and Michael Thomas can win their one-on-ones, yeah, there's a strong possibility. Saints signed Trevor Siemian. Yeah, I just saw that. Let's see. Taysom going to be good for us if he starts. It will be exciting to see for sure. I believe in number 7. Yeah, I'm interested to see that, man. Like even if you're not a big Taysom Hill fan, you have to say that you're excited about this game just to see something that you didn't, you know what I'm saying, you never seen, and that's a Taysom Hill start. TJ, didn't they blow like 4 leads this year? Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, man. Nate, TJ, so let's say Hill and Winston don't work out. Who do you see us drafting as a quarterback? Probably Justin Fields or Trey Lance, you know what I'm saying, a guy from North Dakota State, somebody like that, or you might see somebody that come from another team, maybe like Matthew Stafford or something like that. Maybe, like he'll be on the move, or, or maybe like a Sam Darnold or something like that. But I mean, if it don't work out, man, just go young. You know what I'm saying? Just go young. If none of these guys work out, just get yourself a young quarterback, a guy that you can mold in an image of your system, and just roll with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the way I feel about it. TJ, so let's say, I already read that. Sean says, I like the move, and I believe he is going to surprise a lot of people. Right. I mean, it won't surprise me, man. I mean, because I don't know, man. My expectations are neither high nor low for Taysom Hill. Like, whatever happens, it just happens. You know what I'm saying? But I'm willing to kind of sit back. And I think that's the best way to do it. And it's more fun, man. Like, when you don't have any expectations, like it just makes things better. Then you can kind of, evaluate a game better. You can evaluate a player better when you don't have no expectations. Like, our expectations are way up here because of Drew Brees. Because of Drew. Like, Drew Brees has set the bar so high that anybody else that comes into the game, if they're not 21 or 25, 350 yards and 5 touchdowns, then it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I mean, I'm just going to evaluate this guy. First off, I'm evaluating him on the fact that he's not Drew Brees. All right. And I'm also evaluating to see, some good things that he actually did, because I'm pretty sure it's not going to be your classic Drew Brees type offense. So I think we got to evaluate him a little bit different. Saints will show the NFL how good the Saints coaches are. They already showed me that. They showed me that when Lattimore and Jenkins was out and they went up against Detroit. They showed me that when Michael Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders weren't playing and they still went out there and balled out. They showed me that. Matthew Stafford would be deadly with the Saints. Exactly. TJ, your expressions are too funny, man. Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, man, I'm just trying to let these Falcon fans live, man. I'm just trying to let them live. It wouldn't surprise me if he's the starter and then Sean calls Jameis as the starter most of the time. Yeah, I mean, what? Okay, if Taysom was like going all the way and he wasn't going to do like any of the Taysom Hill stuff, then why would they sign Trevor Siemian? Taysom fixing the ball, TJ. I hope so. True Growth says, I feel Jameis would do just fine if you would give him a chance. Who's to say that he's not going to get a chance? I mean, like I said, Trevor Siemian signing with the New Orleans Saints kind of tells me a lot. It tells me a lot. TJ, what are your 5 keys to victory against Atlanta? Number 1, running the football would be 1. Number 2, controlling the time of possession. Number 3 would be, getting Michael Thomas more involved. Number 4, using Taysom Hill, you know what I'm saying, in a variety of ways, which is rolling out some of the quarterback draws, RPO type stuff. And number 5, like really good defense, you know what I'm saying, like getting pressure on Matt Ryan, not allowing the offense of the Atlanta Falcons to like just wreak havoc, like just get in his face early and often and set the tone. Those are my 5 keys to victory. Couldn't they show us how good they are with Jameis? I mean, they probably could, but why wouldn't you want to see what you have in Taysom? I mean, you done paid the guy $16 million a year, so why not use him? Why not? Yo, TJ, when did you become a Saints fan? Were you a Saints fan with the Dome Patrol? Was I a Saints fan with the Dome Patrol? Yeah, I was, man. I mean, I was too young to appreciate their greatness, of course, but I've been a Saints fan since 1990. I'm going to just say I'm going to go that far because that's about as far as I can remember, man. My grandmother, a Saints fan. She been a Saints fan since the expansion. And just growing up in New Orleans, man, good, bad, and indifferent, I've been a Saints fan, Man, I done seen a good, I done seen a bad, I done seen a ugly, I done seen a horrible, I done seen a heartbreak, I mean, I experienced it all as a Saints fan, and you know, I say 4 years old, so I guess you can say 30 years I've been a Saints fan. Niners Empire rules. Kittle destroyed the Aints, but they didn't win last week, did they? Now George Kittle didn't play, but they still lost. A loss is a loss. TJ, is it realistic thinking we get Matt Stafford? Yeah, Matt Stafford is not happy in Detroit. He is not happy. There's not going to be much winning. You know what I'm saying? Detroit is a disease. I'm sorry if I have some Detroit Lions fans up in here, but they're a disease, man. And the thing about it is what I really just don't like about Detroit is the fact that they just hold these players, you know what I'm saying? Like, and these players that want to go other places in order for them to generate success, but they want to just hold these guys with the jaws of life. Like we seen it done with Barry Sanders. We seen it done with Megatron. And now we seeing it with Matthew Stafford. Like, get this guy opportunity to go somewhere else because you know for damn sure y'all ain't about to win nothing. I mean, Matt Patricia, man, give me a break. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least y'all was in the playoffs when you had Jim Caldwell. I mean, that goes to show you right there, like, how horrible, like, the front office and the upper management are with that team. So, give Matthew Stafford a shot, you know? And I would love to see Matthew Stafford in the Saints uniform. I mean, I think he deserves it. I think he deserves a shot to go out there and play and win. You know, at least get an opportunity, a shot at a Super Bowl, but you know you ain't about to get that with Detroit. What quarterback in the NFL has more power and heart than Taysom Hill? Russell Wilson. Are you talking about as far as like strength? Like, no, I don't think anybody does, but heart, Russell Wilson. Kyler Murray. Trying to see another player. I'm trying to see another guy that has heart. That Teddy Bridgewater, you know what I'm saying? Like he has a lot of heart too. I mean, I wouldn't say heart, but if we want to talk about like power, yeah. But there's a lot of quarterbacks with heart that can match his. I'm not gonna even lie about that. LMAO, the truth hurts. Thank you for the $5. Says I'm excited for the opportunity to Taysom Hill. This is a great opportunity for this man. All he got to do is read the defense and no turnovers. Well, easier said than done when it comes about talking about reading the defense. I think sometimes, like, you know, in that regard, I think we take Drew Brees for granted. The way that he can dissect defenses, everybody can't do it that way. So that just limit the mistakes. Okay, reading the defense and the game slowing down for you, just becomes, you know, easier once your career starts to progress. Lions organization is hot garbage. I have to agree with that. I'm sorry, Detroit fans. I got a lot of respect for y'all. For what y'all been subjected to over the years, but you gotta be real. You gotta be real, man. I don't know. I guess Ray sounds scared. Optimus Grind says, well, what do you think about the game plan is for Taysom? Is Sean going to let him loose to keep him on a strict play call? I think he's going to let him loose, man. And I think people are like underestimating Sean Payton, thinking that Sean Payton ain't had no play calls for this guy lined up years ago. Sean Payton is a guy who overanalyzes, you know what I'm saying? Like over schemes. And that's one of the things that bothers us about Sean Payton. So I'm pretty sure he didn't have a game plan in case Taysom come in for years. I mean, that's just the way that Sean Payton is. Hey TJ, I've been a Saints fan since we were wearing brown paper bags. Who that nation for life? Yeah, man. I mean, I'd have been a Saints fan since, you know, going to Swaggins or Roberts, you know what I'm saying, and going out there and getting them bags, you know. I mean, I've been a Saints fan when people was embarrassed to wear Saints starter jackets. I mean, I've been a Saints fan for that long. Enough of the quarterback talk. Can we stop the Falcons offense? I would think so. I think the Saints front four and the pass rush can be able to get to the Saints. The only thing that concerns me about the Atlanta Falcons is the fact that I'm having a strong indication that you're probably not going to see 5 to 7 step drops. I think they're going to be trying to do little quick 3-step drops on the Saints because the 49ers found success with that last week. So Wouldn't surprise me if the Falcons try to get the ball out of Matt Ryan's hands real quick, because the Saints kind of struggle with that, you know. But besides that, you know what I'm saying, I think the Saints should be able to, you know, keep it respectable. I mean, it's a divisional game. Nobody really be able to stop anybody, to be honest with you. I mean, when you know a team's tendencies like that, you know the players, you've seen them so many times. You know their strengths, they know your strengths, they know your weaknesses, you know their weaknesses. I mean, it's made the best man win at this point. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the defense can do, man. I'm looking to see if Davenport. This might be a Davenport game. You know, a Davenport game where he actually gets some pressure on Matt Ryan, maybe get a couple sacks. I know usually like Cam Jordan is the Falcon killer, but I really don't think he's gonna have that much success against the Falcons this game. I think it might be like other guys that might be your unsung heroes. Might see a not Tyler Davidson, Trey Hendrickson sack. You know what I'm saying? You might see Davenport get a little bit more pressure. It might be a little bit of a coming out party for him. Lattimore will lock up Julio and Ridley. Well, Lattimore gonna have to play right now. He's questionable, so I don't even know if he's gonna play or not. Charles says, "Hey TJ, I read an article that says Sean Payton wanted Tim Tebow to play Taysom Hill role, so I know he got some plays drawn up for Hill." Yeah, I agree with that. You know, I mean, Sean Payton is a guy that always stayed prepared, stay ready. That's not a guy that I concern myself with. Is if you know he has some play drawn up for Taysom. I'm pretty sure he had plays drawn up for him every single year he's been with the New Orleans Saints. He's just been ready to use them. Your boy Jay says, I would love to see Trey Lance with the Saints next year. That can be a possibility. Beware Ty Gurley. As much as I respect Ty Gurley is not the Ty Gurley that we just have known to respect over the years. I mean, I think he's still good, but he's damaged goods a little bit. And we all know what the Saints running defense can do. And also, why I'm not really concerned about the Saints defense is because in situations like this, we know about the New Orleans Saints. We know when their back is against the wall, they rise to the occasion. When they feel like somebody writing them off, or if they have to step it up, they're going to do it. They know how much of an advantage Drew Brees being on the field is, and they know how big of a drop-off it is when he's not. That's the reason why they was one of the top 5 defenses in the league when Teddy Bridgewater was there. So you're going to see, I'm pretty sure the defense is going to step up. I'll be highly surprised if the defense don't step up during the absence of Drew Brees. I'm going to read a few more and then we're going to get up out of here. Are we going to do, what are we going to do to stop Julio? Well, all we got to do is stop Julio, excuse me. Yeah, I disagree with that. I mean, they got some playmakers on that team, man. I'm not going to even, I ain't going to disrespect them like that, man. As much as we dislike Atlanta, they have some playmakers on that team. Was that a joke? They are a totally choked team. Played Deontay Johnson or Jefferson this week. Saints versus Hawks, NFC chip. Steelers versus Chiefs, AFC chip. Well, we got to get there first, man. We got to get there. It's time to see what Sean Payton can do with a limited passer. He's about to earn his money. I think he earned his money last year. I mean, with Teddy Bridgewater. I mean, I think he's earned his money with the fact that we ain't have no starting wide receivers. I think he earned his money when, we didn't have 2 starting cornerbacks. The fact that he called up game plans and the Saints haven't lost a game with all that stuff going on. Look, I think even if you criticize Sean Payton for his play calling, you got to say that the Saints have a really good coach. TJ, have you noticed Kamara isn't in MVP talk? Got to say, I like that we're flying under the radar. That way we aren't reading our press clippings. But even with Alvin is not one of those guys that I feel like even if he reads his press clippings, it's gonna matter. Like, you know how some guys be like, man, I ain't paying no attention to that, and you know, they be lying. I don't get that with Alvin. I think Alvin really legitimately don't read his press clippings. I think he really truly don't buy into all that stuff. Like some guys, I really feel like they do. Like when Michael Thomas and stuff like that, as much as I like him, you know, I see on Twitter Michael Thomas retweeting Pro Football Focus numbers on himself. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really see that kind of stuff coming out of Alvin Kamara. So, I mean, I like Michael Thomas. I mean, you know, it didn't really affect him, you know what I'm saying, as a player. You know what I mean? Him retweeting the Pro Football Focus stuff. So, I mean, that shows you right there that he actually cares about stats. But me personally, I don't think Alvin Kamara really care about that stuff. If our defense plays like it did the last 2 weeks, we'll win every game. Yeah, they're gonna need to step up. Saints and Steelers in Super Bowl, I disagree with that. I don't think the Steelers are gonna win no Super Bowl. If our defense plays like it did the last 2 weeks, we will win the game. We're going 13-3 again. Well, that's some strong optimism right there. But I mean, I am just going to reserve my judgment. Okay, I hope the Saints win every game, but I'm still going to reserve my judgment. Michael Thomas due for a big time day. Michael Thomas is hurt, folks. I don't know what to tell y'all, man. I don't expect Michael Thomas to go out there and be a factor. I look, as a guy that played his fair share of receiver, that guy coming off the football, something ain't right. Okay, the explosiveness that I've seen over the last couple of years with Michael Thomas is not there. Michael Thomas is a pure decoy. You know, Michael Thomas is out there demanding double teams so he can free up some of these other guys to make plays. Michael Thomas, like if you throw him the ball and he open, he gonna catch it. But there's very little explosiveness. Him coming off the ball, it's pretty obvious that, you know what I'm saying, the hamstring and the ankle he's dealing with. I mean, his ankle is taped up. I mean, hamstrings don't heal that quick. So if you're expecting Michael Thomas to go out here and just be balling out, I don't expect that, man. I don't expect that. Maybe as the weeks go on, he'll get a little bit better. But I'm telling y'all, man, go back and watch this guy explode off the ball last year before that, and then go watch how he played against the 49ers and him coming off the ball. And that's something I went back and I watched. Man, I got a lot of respect for Michael Thomas, man. I know he's out there right now. He's definitely serving as a decoy right now. Because I mean, you still even though he's hurt, you still gotta account for the fact that he can catch the ball, and if he gets open, he gonna catch it. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my honest and humble opinion about that, man. Hopefully, in a couple of weeks, we'll start to see his numbers start to uptick as he gets healthier. But he not there yet. But I want to say thank you all for checking out the State of the Saints podcast. Thank you all for those that called in, and thank you for all of the fans and, you know, supporters of the Saints, also the fans of the Falcons. You know what I'm saying? That came into, you know, made the show what it is. You know, man, I'm sorry, folks. I just don't have it tonight for us with the Falcons. I just don't, man. I mean, I'll let y'all have it. But thank y'all. I really do appreciate it. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com, search The State of the Saints Podcast, facebook.com, search The State of the Saints Podcast. Previous episodes are available on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor FM. Thank you so much for your time. Looking forward to a good game, and we'll have the State of the Saints Podcast leading up to the Week 11 matchup, Saints versus the Atlanta Falcons. And if anything changes, please check out State of Saints on Twitter, at State of Saints on Twitter. I'll make sure I keep you posted, and also on Facebook.com. Thank you very much.